Welcome back to the Crochet with Kelsey channel. I have had this one pattern on my mind for probably a couple of weeks now, and I cannot wait to get started on it. So in this video today, I am going to be showing you my progress of making a giant rat plushie. I know it doesn't sound very cute, but I have this vision in my head. It's going to be big, it's going to be cute, and it's going to be Max's worst enemy. But I've never truly made like a jumbo size pattern before, so I think it'll be a fun little test for me. And I have all my yarn picked out for it. So I have a full skein of this nice pink color for the nose and maybe some of the ear details. And then I have 3, I don't even know if those are the same color. Let's see. This is 80320 and this is 80320. So I don't know, they look different to me. Anyway, I will be using these 3 skeins of this color, and if I need to use this, I will. But I'm thinking it'll turn out a pretty good size by having 3 skeins of the main color, and I might not even use all of them. But I'm really excited to get started on this project. So over the next few days, I will be sharing my progress so you can kind of see how long it takes me and if there's any difficulties that I run into. But I am making this one of my top priorities, and I'm also making this YouTube video to help myself stay accountable and work on this consistently. So I'm really excited to see the end result. So stay tuned to see my progress from the first day of working on it. So I know that I said I was going to start on the rat project yesterday, but I got distracted and I started making another project. I will show y'all that. So I'm hoping to finish this up tonight, but I made this new body shape that I really like. It can sit like this. And so I think it's going to be a cat. I made this head to go with it, and it just needs the little ears and tail and a little nose, and it'll be a cat. So I got distracted with that yesterday. I'm thinking this might be my Patreon pattern for February, and I just kind of wanted to make something smaller. I was hoping that I could make something that I could get done in a night, and unfortunately that wasn't the case, but that's okay. Anyway, back to the rat. So I'm actually gonna start the rat today. I do have an idea of what I want it to look like. So I had 2 sketches for the rat, and I think that I'm going to go with this one right here. So it's literally like a loaf, but I think it'll be a pretty simple pattern to design, and I am going to be writing down my notes as well so that I can turn it into a written pattern for other crocheters if they want to make it. So hopefully it turns out cute. And I'm going to start crocheting with my gray yarn and my 4.5mm hook, and I'm going to crochet for an hour. So we'll see how much I can get done in that amount of time, and I will keep you posted. So I actually went a little over the hour I allocated to this project for the day, but that's because I had to frog a good bit of it. I decided that I wanted this to be the width of like the rest of the head, and I had gone too big, and these are the biggest black safety eyes that I had, so I figured that this head size would be good to accommodate it. So I will keep working on this, maybe a little bit tonight and definitely a little bit tomorrow, but we have a head, and I am so excited to see this guy come to life. I do think that I'm going to have plenty of yarn for it because I only used about probably less than half a skein on this, and I know that doesn't seem like a lot that I got done in an hour, but I did have to frog. I am writing down the pattern, so you know what? I'm happy with it. Today is a new day, and there is nothing that I would rather do right now than work on crocheting my ginormous rat. So I did have a little bit of time to work on it yesterday, and this is where I got. So he's a pretty big boy. You can kind of see that his head will kind of stop around here. And then this is his body. I'm going to continue crocheting the widest part of his body. So that's kind of the top view for a few more rounds, and then I'm going to have to figure out a plan for decreasing. I'm not sure if I want to use the same method of increasing rounds like I did for the head, or if I just want to do more of a normal traditional style of decrease. But I think he is looking pretty nice so far. He's pretty big. I mean, our heads are almost the same size, so he's turning out great. I haven't even used an entire skein of yarn, so I think I definitely have enough yarn to finish this project. And my goal for today is to finish the body. Again, I'm only going to allocate about an hour of my day to making this today, so we'll see how far I can get. This is probably about 2 hours of work, but again, that's with like frogging and re-crocheting rounds. And since I kind of have a vision for the rest of it, I'm hoping it won't take as long, although this is how wide the rounds are that we're working with, so we will just have to see. So I'm gonna get to crocheting and I will show you how much is done in an hour. So I am totally done with the body. This is how big it's gonna be. I am really happy with the size. Unfortunately, whenever you're making bigger makes though, it can be a little bit difficult to get it stuffed perfectly. So as you can see, it's a little lumpy in some spots. So how I fix that is I kind of just like smash it into the shape that I want. So it's supposed to be, you know, a little rounder at the sides. So I'm just going to kind of squeeze it in the position that I want. And then if there's any like little dips that you want to fill, just take your needle and pull the stuffing up. And it makes it so much smoother. So I'm going to take a few minutes to perfect the shape of this rat. I do love it though. It looks just like the sketch. I really like the size that it turned out. So I need to work on the feet, the ears, and the tail, but I'm not going to stress myself out trying to get it done today because I am proud that I finished the body. I have the whole pattern written down. So it's been a success. So I went ahead and kind of fixed it up with my needle, and I am very happy with how it looks now. It is like just a nice smooth shape, and that's what I was going for if you remember my sketch earlier in the video. So I'm really excited to finish this little guy, and I hope y'all like him. Well, I guess I should actually say big guy because he is quite large. So as I showed y'all, the body is totally done for my little rat, and I'm super happy with the way that it turned out. And today my main focus is going to be working on all of the little details for this guy. So that means giving him some little ears. I need to figure out something to do for his nose and make a really long tail for him. So all of those details are going to be crocheted in my pink Himalaya Dolphin baby yarn. I always think that the kit on the packaging is so creepy, but love the yarn, so what can you do? And then for the legs, I am going to probably make 4 legs that are all the same, and I'm going to give it pink little like hands that will transition into a gray arm. So I'm hoping it turns out how I'm envisioning, and I will keep y'all posted as I complete the parts, and then we will put it all together and see the final result. So after hours of trial and error, I finally have all the pieces crocheted for my rat, and I'm happy with all of them. So as y'all know, the body was the first thing to be completed. And then I had 2 ideas for the arms. I didn't know if I wanted to make like little fingers for the hands or if I just wanted a simpler shape. So here is the first shape that I tried to make, and they're kind of cursed. They look really weird whenever you put it on the rat. So I decided against those. It makes it look like human-esque in a way, and I really didn't like that. So I omitted this idea, and these are the hands that I went with instead. They're just a little more simple, so I will be sewing these on either side of the rat's body so that it kind of props up the front of the rat a little bit, like that. It's cute so far. And then for the legs, I had a couple of different ideas as well. I didn't know if I wanted to make a couple more of these to go on the back or if I wanted to do a different leg shape completely. So I decided I wanted to make like some little thighs. So I went ahead and kind of made a different shape. So as you can tell, the beginning of the foot is kind of the same, and then it just expands with some increases and goes into like a little thigh. So those will go on either side of my rat like that. And then I also made the tail, which is very long. So I looked it up, and this like gray species of rat has a tail longer than its body. So I had to make sure the tail was a little bit longer, and I think it's gonna look great once it's attached. And then I also made 2 variations of the ears. My original idea was to crochet in the round, so this was the original ear that I had made. And then, I don't know, it just kind of looked too thick because the ears of rats are usually pretty thin. So I decided to try a different method, and this is the ear that I ended up with. So it's a little bit thinner. It's going to be really hard to figure out where to place these, I think. But I don't know. You get the idea. And last but not least, I crocheted a little nose. I was in between doing embroidery for the nose or crocheting a little nose piece, and I decided to crochet a little nose. So that's what that looks like. So I'm really excited to see everything come together. I will say I am totally crocheted out for the day. I probably spent about 3 hours designing these little pieces for the rat, so hopefully I will be able to sew it all together tomorrow, and I'm really excited to share the result. Alright, so the rat has officially been completely assembled, and it is 100% done, and it's time for the grand reveal. So here he is in all of his glory. I don't know what I'm going to call him yet, but I like him, and I really hope that other people like this pattern too. It's something a little bit different from my normal little mythical creatures and other things that I crochet, but I think it turned out just how I wanted it to. He's kind of just like a derpy little guy, but he's a big guy. But I really like him, and that's what matters most. So I will be writing up this pattern and putting it in a document to get it ready for testing in the next few days. I don't know why, but I'm so excited about it, probably because it's like one of the biggest patterns that I've ever written. So I'm very eager to get it into testing and see who wants to make it and to see some other rats come to life. So if y'all have any good name ideas, please drop a comment below. Let me know what you think. He sits just so nicely. I mean, he's like the size of a little pillow. I think he's absolutely perfect. And honestly, he's really big, so I'm not sure where I'm going to be able to put him, but hopefully I can find somewhere because, I don't know, I might want to hang on to this one for a while. Just look at him. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me crochet a giant rat. I feel like this is your sign to follow your intrusive thoughts as long as they're not too crazy, and you might just come up with something that you really like. Please be sure to like and subscribe for some more crochet content, and I will see you in the next one.